Hello, consistent predictable income community. Welcome, welcome, welcome to day number 4 of the 5-day challenge. Hello, Isis. Hello, Amanda. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Renee. Hello, Rosa. Hello, Leslie. I know there's going to be more joining us here shortly. There's Colleen. Amanda, thanks for having your video on. You're fantastic. Lisa, thank you for having your video on. You're fantastic. Colleen, thank you for having your video on. You're fantastic. Hi, Rosa. Hi, Renee. How you doing? All right, I'll invite for you ladies to have your cameras on as well. Woo! Yay! All right, Leslie, thank you for having your camera on. All right, so we're going to day number 4 of the 5-day listing challenge of how to take listings without having to door knock, without having to cold call, and without having to beg unless you want to. My name is Dan Roshan, and what I want to remind you is that when you discover your way to make sales, then you'll always be in a much better position to be able to succeed. Today, what we're going to go through is we're going to go through what's called a self-coaching model, which is a psychological framework that psychologists have been using for many years to be able to create a different pathway for our future, a different outcome for our future, a different, if you're getting results that you're not happy with, or maybe you are, you just want to get more, better results, not more better, but better results, then I'm going to give you a framework today to be able to achieve that. So welcome. I'm so grateful. I'm so excited that you're here today. And I'm going to invite for you to share about your experience. So if you've completed the CPI missions this week, if you attempted and struggled, either are fine. Who would like to tell us about your experience over the last 24 hours? Who'd like to go first? Something that worked, something that you struggled with. Success. Less than a success. What do you guys got?
Hey everyone. I actually have an appointment scheduled for today.
Yay. All right. Congratulations. Tell us more about that.
It isn't expired. So, but I am actually, like I said, I have an appointment with them today, and I have been also trying to schedule an appointment with a FISBO that I literally, they just put a sign in their yard and that was it. They don't have it on Zillow. They don't have it nowhere posted on anything. And
the great news by that is you're not gonna have a lot of competitions on that.
Yeah, but they've already gotten one offer. Supposedly they got one offer already in. However, they turned that one down.
Good.
So yeah, so I'm just trying to get and contact them and get a day scheduled for me to go out there to view the property and to sit down and talk with them.
Okay, congratulations on both of those. With the for sale by owner, what is your intention when you go to meet with them? What is the result that you're going to want to get?
The end result is I would love to list the home.
Before that
is they said that they were kind of looking at I'm not sure, I can't remember if they were looking for investors.
Okay.
Or but they just said that that's that they have sold homes before just putting a sign in their yard. So
okay. So I got that, but let's go back to the framework of where we went through like yesterday. Were you here yesterday, Rosa?
Yes, I was.
Okay, so remember, like when we're sitting there taking like a look at like here's the result that I want to get, and here's where I am right now. So ultimately, the result we want to get is always to get hired, right? But if we focus on getting hired, oftentimes we're overshooting.
Correct.
Okay. And then when we overshoot, you just completely miss the mark. So instead of focusing on getting the listing, there's something up front when you meet with a for sale by owner that you want to first focus on. Do you recall what that is?
All right. So I'm thinking about the steps that you did yesterday.
You're good. I love it. I love it. Yeah, you're good.
So I literally, because like I said, I originally had an appointment scheduled with them last week, but the wife was unable to meet because they had some issues going on. So, but they wasn't able to meet with me Friday because that was my initial appointment was last Friday.
Okay.
So it's
So
just trying to.
let's remove them out of this.
Okay.
All right. So then, because it's just going to cloud things. Okay. So let's just remove them out of this. Doesn't matter what happened. Let's just look. I'm meeting with a for sale by owner. What is it that my intention of that meeting is? What do I want to create from that meeting?
A relationship with them.
Boom! I knew we'd get there. I knew we'd get there. I love it. I love it. All right. So you want to get a relationship, right? And so then if you have some sort of asset, if you don't, we do have the for sale by owner help kit that we talked about the other day, and Leslie will put in the chat of where you can get that from. But the secret to this technique is when you're with them, you want to take the for sale by owner help kit and you want to give it to them about 3/4 through the conversation. You want to say to them, say, Mr. and Mrs. for sale by owner, I'm unlike those other agents who are here to beg you for your business. I'm here to actually help you. In fact, I put together this help kit to help you sell it on your own without me. Why would I do that? Because I know that many for sale by owners do end up to hire an agent. So I would be willing to share with you how you could do this on your own if you would be willing to consider, if you do hire an agent, that you allow for me to interview to apply for the job. Does that seem like a reasonable exchange? Yes, yes. Okay, so you're approaching it again, like if you're approaching it like I'm intending to get the listing, and you're here and you're shooting for the listing, you're gonna miss it most times, not always, but most times. Now, if the opportunity, like getting the listing, comes close to you, you get it. Okay, I'm not saying be like, oh, I'm gonna leave here without the listing if the listing is gettable. Okay, but instead of like focusing on the listing, focus on the relationship, and then you leave. Then you have a new focus that you're focusing on. So focus result number 1 is relationship. Focus result number 2 is adding value and contributing to them. So when you're at the meeting, it's to create relationship and open up the doorway for relationship. You hand them the help kit, and then you share with them, the exchange to allow for me to apply for the job to help you. Then you leave, and then what you do next is then you begin to deliver value and contribute to them. And now you follow up with them to cultivate the relationship. Rosa, what are your thoughts on that? You're on mute. You're on mute.
I love it. So that's kind of like how I am. I know a lot of people go into their appointments and be like rush, 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 but I'm one of those people. I kind of like to build a relationship with them because I want them to be able to trust me and to understand that I am the person for the job, and that's what I am doing, is making sure. And even the ones that are kind of hands off, I'm still hands on. Like I hold their hand through the whole entire process.
Love it.
So
Now, Rosa, recognize that it's not just relationship sake. It's a very intentional relationship.
correct.
Yeah. Like you are still focusing on the end goal of getting hired, so you gotta, once you get to the relationship, then you have to continue moving to the next and moving to the next. That's awesome,
Correct.
Rosa. Congratulations. I love it.
Thank you.
Carmine, I'm going to get to you, but I want to transition the conversation with Rosa real quick. Carmine, I'll get to you next. Tell me about the expired. Have you gone expired listings before?
I have.
Okay.
I've been on quite a few. I did this earlier in another real estate group. I'm actually able to get the appointments with them, with the homeowners. It's just I don't end up closing them when I leave.
What do you think causes that?
I think because as one of them was pointed out to me today, was I guess it's my mindset and the fact that I sometimes feel like I'm already feel like I'm defeated going into the appointment.
Okay.
So working on that part of the aspect of it.
All right. Can I give you some coaching on that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You're not going there for the relationship today. So there's a whole different concept, right? You see, like there's different tactics for different scenarios. Okay. You're going there to get hired today.
Gotcha.
Now, that chirping in your head that's caused you to not get hired in the past. This is so interesting because most had that chirping in their head to get the appointment. Okay. So when you're going there today, if you have that conversation in your head that says, I'm already defeated or whatever it's saying, I'm going to invite for you to recognize the fact that you've already done what 99% of your colleagues will never do, ever, which is get an appointment with an expired listing. Do you recognize that?
Yes.
Rosa, do you recognize how infrequently I coach expired listings? Almost never. I don't coach it because it's what most agents are not comfortable to do. I love coaching it though. I love that you're doing it, right? I want you to have a healthy mindset on this, that you've already won.
Okay.
You got that? Do you recognize that you already won?
Yes.
Yeah. Now you just close it.
Yes.
All right. Let us know how it goes. Okay.
I will. I'll come back tomorrow. No matter
what happens, it's still a win because you've already won.
Got you.
You got that?
Yes.
All right, cool. Carmine, hello, welcome. I see your hand up.
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of piggyback off of Rosa. So I have a for sale by owner that I've been in touch with, and she has an open house coming up this weekend. I always follow up with her open houses just to see how they go, and they usually don't go very well. But I did order your for sale by owner sales kit. So I'm going to print one of those out and take that to her. However, I also have an open house on the same day. So I was going to try to stop by, get in touch with her, send her a text video, stop by her place before I go to my open house and drop off the sales kit. Is that a good idea, or wait till after the open house where I might have a little bit more time to talk to her so I'm not in such a rush to get to where I have to go? Or what would be the best case scenario? And then also I'm using your open house techniques from the book to get prepared for this open house on Saturday.
Awesome. Awesome for all. Before I give you the answer to that, Carmine, Rosa, I could just stop right here. I could just stop the rest of my day. And I'm just like so freaking excited, right? like just the activity that you ladies are doing right now. For me, I won, right? Like I'm not like taking credit for your activities, right? But just listening to what you ladies are doing, that just makes me so freaking happy, right? I just want to just acknowledge that. All right. So enough of that. I think it's probably best when you can have some time to spend with her, because remember, the intention of it is a relationship.
Okay.
All right. But, and it's great that you have the help kit, because and so pay attention. I'm going to say this. I just said it to Rosa, but I want to say it one more, and I'll slow down for everybody. Okay. Because this is the secret to it. And it's these words that make it work. Thank you for the opportunity to meet with you. I'm not like those other agents who will beg you for your business. All right. That's important language there. I'm not like those other agents who will beg you for your business. Instead, I'm here to help you. In fact, I put together this guide to be able to show you how to do this on your own. Why would I do that? Because unlike those other agents who will beg you for your business, I'm actually here to help, because I know that many for sale by owners will end up hiring an agent. And if you were to hire an agent, I would like the opportunity to apply for the job. Is that fair? Yes, yes. So it's that exchange right there that connects the dots between the relationship and the transaction in the business. Okay, so it's like you're going for the bridge on that is, I'm going for the relationship, but I want the listing. So how do I go from relationship to listing? It's that conversation. Everyone good with that? You give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. Everyone good, 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 good. All right, Carmine, congratulations. I'm excited. I'm so excited. Text me because we won't be in the class. But well, you could come to the boot camp. There you go. Then that way I know what you're doing, right? Just sign up for the boot camp. Just make that
Okay.
easy. All right.
All right.
By the way, so the class today is going to end at 30 minutes. We're going to go through the self-coaching model here. I'm going to hear one more aha. Well, at 12:45, what we do every Thursday is in the CPI community, we have the coaching corner. So I invite for everybody here, if you're available, to stay with us from 12:45 to 1:45 Eastern time, where that's an opportunity where other agents who are already in the CPI community will join us. And that's the opportunity every single week where we go through and we dissect what's going on in their businesses to unravel like where the opportunity is. And that could be anything with a buyer, with a seller, with I'm hiring a showing agent, I'm hiring an admin. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be mindset, it could be anything business related. And it's an open conversation for us to have that we're going to start at 12:45. So I just want to give you a preview of coming attractions. We got time for one more aha or one more, if you could share with us rather than aha about your last 24 hours of experience. Who'd like to go next? Thank you, Rosa and Carmine, for being great examples to start off with. But also, if someone's having a struggle, that's cool too. So who'd like to share next? Who's had a challenge?
I'm having a couple challenges.
All right.
First of all, I'm just going to be completely honest. I mean, not that that's unusual, but your suggestion to do a video text message to 10 of my contacts, it just doesn't feel natural for me. So I don't know. I think I would have a hard time being authentic.
Okay. You ready for some quick coaching on that?
Sure.
Don't do it. Next.
Okay. And I'm working a transaction right now with a buyer a seller who became a buyer, and we're kind of struggling with that. So I think I'm kind of wrestling, in my mind with, overcoming that, and it's hard to get over not dragging that challenge into pursuing the next one.
Will you be available at 12:45 today to hang out on that conversation?
Sure. Yeah.
All right, because that's a little bit of a longer conversation.
Okay.
And I want to make sure that I can help you with that. And I'll have more time then because I want to stay on topic right now. Is that cool?
Yep. Yep.
You'll go first when we get there. Okay.
All
All right. So I'll get to you like right at 12:45. That way, if you have like something coming out the backside of this, we'll be able to have that conversation.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
But here's the thing for everybody. So remember, the CPI community is about doing it your way. So if I make a suggestion and you're like, dude, that doesn't feel good, my recommendation is going to be then don't do it. That being said, there's 17 different ways to be able to find business that I teach. More than that, actually. You don't have a choice to do none of it. Does that make sense to everybody? Right? Like you don't have the choice to be able to say, well, I'm going to say no to everything and then I'm going to expect to make sales. Like that's just, it's not going to happen unless if you join a team and even there, you still have to have sales skill. So instead it's finding your superpower and now let's roll into that. But we do have to find a superpower. Does that make sense, everybody? Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right, cool. All right, let's move on. Thank you, Lisa. And thank you, ladies, for sharing. You are freaking awesome. This is so exciting. Thank you, Carmine. Thank you, Rosa. What gets in our way to make sales? Well, not having a framework to make sales is really what I find is the challenge to most agents. It's not being able to break it down to understand like what's the next step. Rarely, if ever, has anybody actually sat down with you and said, okay, here's the framework to make sales. Here's the way to do it step by step by step. Here's the way when you're going to for sale by owner, instead of going for the listing, go for the relationship. Here's the transition point to that relationship. Okay. It's having a framework to follow. So now you know what's next. So when you know what's next, now guess what you have to not do any longer? You don't have to think when you're in the field of play. Who here has played sports before? Raise your hand if you played sports. All right, Lisa has, Colleen has, Rosa has, Amanda has. Okay. Amanda, what sports did you play? If you'd be willing to share. You're on mute.
Baseball, gymnastics, volleyball.
Okay.
Lots.
Baseball, gymnastics, volleyball. It would apply to any of those. When you're in a volleyball match and the volleyball is going back and forth, when you're in the game, do you think much?
Not really.
Yeah, you're more reacting, right?
Yeah.
Okay. When you're doing the drills to practice, is it more likely that you're thinking then?
You're expecting it.
Yeah. Okay. So that when you're in the game, it's just boom, boom, right? Like you're not even thinking, right? And, for those of us that we play football, it's like you're not thinking. You're training yourself to react. So when there's live fire, thank you, Amanda, when there's a volleyball game, a football game, a baseball game, whatever the case may be, when that ball's coming to you and you're batting, you're not thinking it through. You're just reacting. Now, what causes you to be able to react is the fact that you have trained your body, your mind, your spirit to be able to do so. So that when you show up on game day, it's go time. So this right now, consider this practice. Consider this day one of scrimmage, the Pee Wee league, right? Or I'm not saying this is all basic stuff. It's not, but getting the training up front and then having that clarity on here's the framework, here's how I can do this, will then allow for you when you're in the live fire, just like Amanda, where she just, she's not thinking, her teammates are not thinking, she's just playing. Does that make sense, everybody? Right? You guys follow me on this? And this is the framework. All right. So what stops us from success? Fear, greed, and doubt. And so these are the core components that get in our way. You may be asking, am I doing this the right way? How do I stop the cycle of ups and downs? How do I gain my time back? These are the types of things that could get in our way of success. Having those peaks and valleys, having that fear of Zillow, of Redfin, of big data, artificial intelligence. Somebody was interviewing me yesterday and was asking me about all the noise we're going into this shift. He said, Dan, what do you do with, for the shift? I'm like, I don't care. He's like, what do you mean you don't care? I'm like, it's a shift. There's always a reason to focus on something external. There's always a conversation going on in the online community about something. I can focus on that, or I can focus on doing my job. I can focus on helping people. Right? So you can put that fear aside. Greed. Maybe you got another message from Grant Cardone saying 10X it. I love Grant. Yet that may or may not be your way. That may not be your style, right? Oh, fantastic. You've made 10 phone calls, make 100. You made 100, make 1,000. You made 1,000, make 10,000. Okay, cool, dude. Chill out. Right? Like maybe, unless if that's you. And if that's you, that's fine. Right? But what I want you to understand is you could do this your way. And if I ever make a suggestion about a way that doesn't resonate with you, consider it. I don't want to say discard it initially. I'm going to invite for you to consider it and then try it on. And if it doesn't fit, discard it. But again, you got to find an outfit that fits. You do have to find an outfit that fits. Doubt. I often find agents and people who just don't believe in themselves, right? And I want to give you permission today that you can believe in yourself. And you have had successes in the past. Everybody here has had success in the past in some area of your life. Maybe it's real estate sales. Maybe it's a different business. Maybe it's relationship. Maybe it's a parent, a daughter, a son, a brother, a sister. We've all have had successes somewhere in our lives. So what I encourage for you to take a look at is, where have you had success? Because when you find and you identify the areas of your life where you've had success, now that's starting to leave clues. And as that leaves clues, now you can have a framework in your own life of what to follow for you to be able to get that, success in another arena, which in this case is taking listings. It's making real estate sales. Has everybody here had success in your life in the past? Give me a thumbs up if you've had success in the past. Yes, can you identify that success? Isis, you're making me shake my desk, and then when I shake my desk, my video shakes like this. And people get mad at me, my video producers. Oh my goodness, you're getting me in trouble. Isis, have you had successes?
Yes, I have.
Hey, all right, fantastic. So as we identify those successes, then I screwed up my entire setup here. Hold on. As we identify those successes leave clues for us. All right. And those clues are going to allow for us to then say, okay, here's what I'm going to focus on. I'm so sometimes I'm too much of a perfectionist. Or whatever. All right. So let's move on to the self-coaching model. Self-coaching model is a model taught by psychologists that is also taught, for transparency's sake, this is taught in another real estate training. And they claim this as their own. You can see, like, anytime that I always want to source where I got my education from, so that you can, further develop yourself, but also to give other people credit. Well, the course that teaches this, it's not theirs, by the way. This is done by psychologists, right? I love well, I don't love it. I don't love when people claim stuff for their own when it's not their own. Anyways, so has anybody here ever seen another person? It's easier to see this in other people. Has seen another person, and in that other person, you see them getting the same results over and over again. And maybe that result's not a good one. Can you think of a friend like that right now, or a family member? Okay. For me, it's a friend, Kelly. And Kelly lived in a section of the country, and she moved away from that. But I'll tell you what happened before she moved away. Kelly got married to this guy. She got married to this guy. I got my license for about a week, and I went to her wedding in Hawaii. I live in Northern Virginia, so I'm unemployed, right? I thought I saved up a bunch of money, so I was a little bit scared. So anyways, I go to the wedding in Hawaii. It was a great wedding, beautiful. The guy that she ended up married, who was the father of her daughter, beautiful daughter, is an alcoholic, abusive, not good guy. Okay, so she divorces him. Good for Kelly. Guess who her next boyfriend is? Alcoholic, abusive, not good guy. Breaks up with him. Repeat. About 2 years ago, my friend moved away from where she was to another state, halfway across the country. She got into some therapy. She stopped doing abusive things in her own life. And today she apparently seems to be really healthy and vibrant. And she doesn't have a relationship with somebody that is abusing her, taking advantage of her, and treating her like crap. So what did Kelly do? Kelly changed her circumstance. So I'm going to invite you, and I'm going to walk you through this, to take out a piece of paper. And I'm going to give you the model that Kelly has employed, that you can employ as well. And then you can use this model. My little notes here. You can use this model in real estate sales. You can use this model in relationships. You can use this model in any aspect, any area of your life. And so the starting point, and what I'm going to invite for you to do, is on the top of your paper at the 12 o'clock position. I'm going to do enough space that you're going to end up doing a circle. And at the top 12 o'clock position, I want you to write down circumstance. So circumstance, in this case with Kelly, was the environment she was in, the guys that she dated or married, and the you know, and the surroundings that she was in. The circumstance will lead to our thoughts. So, for example, Kelly, when she is in an abusive relationship and the circumstance is one such that her partner, I don't want to say partner, the other person is not saying nice things, not treating her well. What do you think that Kelly's thinking in that sense? You think she's probably feeling like thinking like some bad thoughts? Would you guys would agree with that? Yes. Okay. When she thinks those bad thoughts, the next thing that occurs is bad feelings. So again, on your paper, I want you to write at about the 7 o'clock position. I'm sorry, the 4 o'clock position, the word feelings. And now she feels bad. She feels like crap. She feels unworthy. What type of actions do you think she's going to take? Well, the actions that she took was she put up with a bunch of abuse. And then she finally got frustrated and thought she was changing her circumstance, but then she put herself in to the same circumstance. Broke up with Bob, and now she's dating George. I'm making these names up. I'm not giving names out. So not, I mean, I wouldn't want, to expose her. All right. So the actions, so you're thinking bad thoughts, you're feeling bad feelings, you take bad actions, and what type of results do you think that she then created? And so the results in her case were not great results. And so when you understand that psychologists put this together in a way that it's a closed loop. So if it's a closed loop, so now let's move away from Kelly and let's move to you. You end up finding yourself getting the same results over and over and over again, those results that feed into your circumstance. And this is why human beings end up doing and getting the same things over and over again. So the challenge with this is it is a closed loop. So if it is a closed loop, how the heck do I change anything? Well, just like what I said with Kelly, what did she do? She changed her circumstance. So this right here is the hack. The hack is changing your circumstance. But how can you change your circumstance if you're clouded in judgment from this loop? The way that you do so is through taking control of your programming. So you change your circumstance by changing your programming. What do I mean by that? Let me give you another example. Once upon a time, I loved watching the news. I was like a news junkie. And I went from one brand of news to another brand of news because the one brand of news was so annoying to me. It got me so uptight. It got me so flustered that I'm like, okay, I got to turn that off. And then I went to another brand of news, and then that started doing the same thing. The news outlets are in the business of making money by creating conflict because that drives viewership. So I don't care if you listen to Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, I don't care what it is. Can we all agree that it is polarizing and conflicting? Can we all agree to that? And can we agree that if you're putting yourself into a place that's polarizing and conflicting, regardless of your beliefs, you're not going to feel good. You may even get pissed off or frustrated. Okay. So guess what I did? I stopped watching news because I recognize that if I'm frustrated, if I'm a little bit annoyed, I'm going to have annoyed thoughts. And if I have annoyed thoughts, I'm going to have annoyed feelings and annoyed actions and annoyed results, right? That's not good. So let's take a look at this in the real estate sales context. Thank you, Rocky. Woo! Okay. So let's take a look at this in the real estate sales context. How does this apply to you in sales? The same way. Because if you're finding yourself with the same results that feed into your same circumstance, then what can you do differently? Again, it's over here in the programming. So here's the things that you could change. Exercise. Nobody would think that you're going to show up to a listing class and the instructor says, go exercise. I'm not saying do it. I'm just giving you options. Some of us exercise, some of us don't, but at least go take a walk, because when you do so, the blood flows through your body. Your muscles get exercise. Your entire body improves just from going to go take a walk. Meditation. Affirmations. Reading. Relationships. Podcast. Physical environment. These are the things that you could change in your life to program yourself to create different circumstances. Some of these are hard. Relationships is probably the hardest. Relationships, you may be in a relationship with family or a spouse or a boyfriend or a girlfriend like Kelly, and it seems really hard to change that. I'm not suggesting to change a relationship unless if it's appropriate, but I am suggesting to seek more relationships with people who will push you up, who will empower you, who will encourage you, who will root for you, who will care for your success, pull you up, push you through, nudge you through, whatever it takes for you to get whatever it is that you want out of life. I'm encouraging for you to seek those relationships. I'm encouraging for you to listen to podcasts like the No Broke Months podcast for real estate agents that are going to be instructional, that are going to be able to show you the way to make sales. To read the books like Real Estate Evolution, to be able to allow for you to get better results. I'm pulling over, like this is my desk right here. This just happens to be, oh my goodness, hold on. This is what's on my desk right now, okay? Of course, Real Estate Evolution. The Unfettered Mind, that's by Takon Saho. Writings of a Zen Master to the Sword Master. The 5 Tibetans, 5 Dynamic Exercises for Health, Energy, and Personal Power. The Road Less Stupid. This is a freaking awesome book. The Power of One More. John Maxwell's How Successful People Lead. And Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Right? Like those just are, like examples of things that you could read. There it is. Colleen, she gets a gold star. Oh, yes. All right. So those are just
got it
examples.
yesterday.
Hey, congratulations. Thank you for getting it. I know that you're going to enjoy it. So congratulations. So those are examples of things that, you could use to be able to program yourself. Because what I want from you or for you is I want you to have the very best of whatever it is that you want. And if it's to take more listings, I started off on Mondays telling you that one of the things that can get in your way is not believing in yourself. So if you have doubt right now, that doubt's over here in the thoughts and the feelings. It's hard to change your thoughts. It's hard to change your feelings. It's not hard to meditate. It's not hard to read. Those are things within your control. Because when you do that and then you program yourself to get a different circumstance, now the cycle resets and you get different results. So, meditation, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and podcast are ways that you can change your programming. My mother asked me the other day, why do I spend so much time and money into seeking coaching for myself? I've spent more than $500,000 into my my instruction, people teaching me, people guiding me. And my mother, and I love her dearly, and she spent her entire career as an X-ray technician and MRI technician, is somebody who, if I wanted to be the best X-ray technician or MRI technician in the world, I would seek her advice. If I want to be the most impactful leader, coach, mentor, real estate agent, entrepreneur, business owner, I'm going to seek the guidance from somebody who's already proven to me that they can help me in that. Which is why I invest in real estate coaching, which is why I invest into those ways to be able to grow. So I want to show you a quick video, and I want to take the last 3 minutes of our class today, may go a little bit over, to ask for your permission to tell you about the boot camp that I'm doing on Monday. And I'm going to invite for you right now to register for that. First, listen to Mindy. Here she is.
I'm Mindy Davis, and I was struggling to get sales for my real estate business.
I just got off a team after 6 years and am trying to go out on my own and start my own business.
I'm a seasoned agent, but I've certainly had some months with no business and some cash flow issues.
And then I met Dan Roshan, and within a few weeks, I had a sale, and then another and another. And I just finished his 3-day no broke months boot camp. And all I can say is, wow.
I just think it was fabulous. The training was really good. There was lots of great content, really good speakers.
And this class couldn't have come at a better time. I learned so much in just 3 days, wealth of knowledge, and more than I'd ever learned in my 6 years of doing real estate from any other coaching class.
Dan's amazing. He's opened my eyes to a lot of things and taught me things that I just haven't been able to get anywhere else.
The information is incredible. The energy is amazing.
It has been really helpful to me in my life and very importantly in my business.
So if you're looking to build a more consistent business in real estate,
Totally recommend it to anybody who wants to gain insight to tips and tricks of the marketplace, etc.
Can't say enough good things about coaching from Dan Roshan.
So thank you, Dan.
All right. Thank you, ladies, for sharing that. And I want to invite you right now, if you want to have no broke months, if you want to have a step-by-step plan on how to make sales and have a pathway that's as clear as it's been this week, not 3 tactics, but 17 tactics, and not just the tactics to sales, but also to be the best version of yourself possible. Also, not only how to lead generate, but how to convert leads so that you get hired 85% of the time. What I do when I go to a listing appointment, just like I'm going this afternoon, just like yesterday, this week, I've already taken 2 listings. I'm not saying that to be boastful. I'm saying that to demonstrate to you what I teach works, and you can do it. This isn't because I'm some superstar. Remember, I'm that drunk waiter that just happened to figure out how to make sales. and just happen to figure out how to help you know how to make sales. If you want to have no broke months, if you want to have consistent sales and you never want to feel that freaking, what am I going to do I got to make a sale this month. If you want to never feel that again, sign up right now. And the website should be on the link there, www.getnobrokemonths.com. And the only reason why you would not sign up is because you either don't believe in yourself or you don't believe in me. The fact that you're here right now already demonstrates that you believe in both. So I'm going to invite for you to join us, because some may think that coaching is expensive. Guess what? It's $197. I'm not doing this for the money. I'm only charging $197 to make sure that you take it seriously, because I'm going to freaking pour into you. And I want to be able to have you learn, to take action, to change your life. Maybe you think you've already tried everything. Well, you know that's not true. Or maybe you think that a coach needs to know what you need to know. Guess what? I do. I know how to make sales. I've been doing this. I've had no broke months since 2008. Or they have to be an expert. I already talked about that. Or that you need to figure something out before you get coaching. Well, that's not true, because a coach I will actually help you figure that out. Or maybe you've hired a coach before and it didn't work. Well, maybe they were just the wrong coach for you. Or maybe you think you can figure this all out on your own because you got Google. I got it. But having a guide, a mentor, an expert that's already been there, like myself, to help you, it's a whole hell of a lot better than Google. Or maybe you'll ask some family about some feedback. Well, you already know what that's going to be like. So I'm going to invite for you to register for No Broke Months. And I want to tell you what you're going to get during that. You're going to learn how to fight the demons, to flourish, so that you never doubt yourself again. You're going to learn the most frequent mistake that agents make that they wish they knew about lead generation, so you don't make those errors. You're going to learn how to convert prospects 85% of the time before you meet, how to get hired before you even meet, how to connect the buyer and the seller so that you never lose a transaction again, how to have your friends, your family, your clients just singing your praises over and over and repeatedly again. You're going to learn how to build, support, and guide your team to be able to live happily ever after while profiting massively like a king or a queen. And you're going to choose to profit like a tycoon instead of having to another hand-to-mouth loss like a pauper or a paupus. Woman version of pauper. How's that? You're going to learn how to recognize the evolution of the change that has already happened before you fail. And this has already happened. This is important. I'm going to teach you how to profit and how to create wealth. So I want to ask you, are you meeting your financial, your health, your spiritual, your fitness, your personal goals? Because I want to help you have more energy, more time, more productivity, more joy, and more vitality. I want you to turn adversity into advantage and have improved motivation, energy, and life, and experience a drastic overhaul or learn even small tweaks that will drive radical improvement. So again, I want to invite you one last time to register for No Broke Months Bootcamp next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I promise you will make a difference in your life. I promise you. And if it doesn't, I'll give you your money back, right? Like, it's not about the money. It's about making a difference for you in your world. All right. So I'm going to ask for you to go ahead and do that right now. And with that, I'm going to ask Leslie to turn off the YouTube. And she just put the registration link